know that the organization was started by my mother, Catherine, and some other residents here in Parkside. And so we've been here for 34 years. We've been in this space or in this building for 24 years, right? Okay, so that's me. So who wants to go next?
My name is Diane Chapman, and I've been here for 20 years.
But we're gonna have to move from this room to the larger room, which is okay.
Yes.
Folks wanna move, so. Bring your chair, if you can, bring your chair.
If you can, bring your chairs. If not, don't worry about bringing the chair. I'll help somebody get your chair. But if you can, take your chair.
You guys, bigger room.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Prince of Parkside Community Meeting. We have our community meeting every third Wednesday of the month. It rotates, and so this month is during the day. Next month is in the afternoon. I want to say thank you guys for showing up today. I appreciate everybody that was coming out. I know I interrupted you guys when you were introducing yourselves. So we're going to give an opportunity for us to go back around and introduce each other. My name is Kimberly Sanders. I am the operational manager here at Prince of Parkside. Because the room do have an echo, we have to just be extra, even though we have a private conversation to our neighbor, that echoes off, and so we're not able to hear. That's why we're trying to have it over in the room so that we can ask everybody, hold your comments or your questions until that time so that we can make sure that everybody here get an opportunity to hear what's going on and to experience what's happening, okay? I thank you for that. So we're going to start to
Parkside was here in 1982 to 1982. So earlier, I had the opportunity to just make sure you guys know what the meeting is about, right? So for folks who heard the speech before, apologies, but when I came to the office today, I heard people discussing that yesterday they got a flyer that said that residents were getting kicked out of Parkside every day. That's not the case. Prince of Parkside is being asked to leave in 30 days. So we're here because you think that you're being asked to leave in 30 days. Please feel free to enjoy the rest of your day, right? So you should receive a bunch of stuff either through text message or on your door, right? Most of you guys saw this big old red thing that says action alert, right? Anytime you see action alert, action, right? And you pick up that list in your text message. This is sort of what we're going to talk about today, right? anytime I hear something from the Detroit Housing Commission, or anytime I find out what's going on in the neighborhood, I make sure you guys know. Right? So that's why I make sure that I send out the accident to let you guys know what was going on. Right? If anybody knows me, you know that we're going to fight. Right? We're going to fight.
That's right.
We've been here 24 years in this building, but we've been here 34 years in this community. Now, some of you guys started asking me why do you need to notice to leave, to quit, right? I have my own ideas, I'm going to share those with you. But I think that's the question that I said the trial commission to answer, and thirdly, we have here, right? So if anybody knows where the Parkside, anytime something's going on with the residents, we get involved, right? If I got a dollar every time we're told not to get involved, I probably would be a really rich, right? But every time something goes on with the residents, regardless of this, the issue that residents have, we're going to do court where they're being asked to take a bucket, go to a baby unit for water, and come back home because they were having issues with their water sewer, or they were asked to go live with the resident for a couple of weeks until they fix the sewer issue that turned out to be 9 months. We got involved. We made sure the residents understood their rights, right? We've been getting involved with the Parkside development issue. That's been really tricky for us because we've been a couple of times not to get involved. But residents, you guys came to us and said we want you guys involved, right? You guys remember that speech I gave this time last year? I was on stage and said, okay guys, this is what's going on. We get involved, but they already told us that, to stand down. We get involved, then it may mean that we may not be here. I told you guys that, right? Okay. But we got to go off anyway, because you guys asked us to. Most recently, quite a few of you guys got this letter from the Detroit Housing Commission and from the management office saying that you owe back due rent. Some of you guys literally owe a couple $100. Some of you guys owe thousands of dollars, right? Again, some of you guys came to us and said, hey, I got this past due rent that I don't owe. I tried to talk to the management office, but they keep sending us down to the Detroit Housing Commission. So we did an action alert to make sure that residents knew what was going on, right? So I'm just going to make the point that the main reason why we're here is because we look out for you. Right? And so that's sort of where we are. Right? Now the big question I had is, what can we do about it? And honestly, I don't know. I was telling my staff, my board members earlier today, I do a much better job of advocating for you all, right? I can do that easily. And so kind of at a loss in terms of what we do here now today, right? But what we can do is make sure that everybody in Parkside knows that we've been next to you. So that's step one. Step two, for folks who don't want us to leave, who want us to stay, we're going to have you sign a petition for us, right? Not only are we going to ask you to sign a petition for us, we also going to ask you to join us in going to City Hall, to Detroit Housing Commission, to HUD, everywhere we need to go. We can do that. Folks understand that. hey, we want Friends of Parkside to stay, we want you guys to be clearly. We have the phone number for Mike Lake's office, for Councilwoman Leticia Johnson, because she's our council person, and thank you for being here. Also, we have members to Detroit Housing Commissioners, also the DHC officials, the CEO and the CEO. Soon they're going to be calling numbers for HUD, your U.S. market person, and everybody else. So I'm going to stop now, see if there's any questions I can try to answer. And then also, I don't know if the Detroit Housing Commission wants to say anything, but they're going to give you guys the opportunity to speak. Okay, so I'm going to do it first. Let's see if we have questions for them.
Second.
The letter that he's referring to, we're not asking them to evict him. What it is that he went to the space. Friends of Parkside is occupying this space. We made a decision, collectively to terminate the lease. By the contract, we are required to provide them with a 30-day notice. We provided that 30-day notice. I heard someone ask why. Because it's really an option for both parties. So we're not saying that we're trying to get rid of the Friends of Parkside. It's just the space. It's just the space. So I shared the contract with Lease, technically Lease, but it is a contract with the president of FOP. So again, it is president council. So I apologize. Okay. So it's just like any other lease. People have options. So we have the option to terminate your lease, but we have to give you at least a 30-day notice. So that's what we're exercising. It's all right to do that. Now there's reasons beyond that, but it's nothing personal. It's just that we want to occupy space for continental management and to have other functions. Continental management.
DHC to go to all their communities and gather people interested in becoming resident council members. That was a mandate we had to do, not just here, but across all of our sites. A lot of people didn't want to do them, but you guys were the first ones to step up. So we had people that said, yeah, we want to have a resident council meeting. Everybody loved that resident council. Probably I've been here 16 years, and I would say that the village department had become the strongest resident council around. And so that was happening. You guys held the election. And you guys voted for these members. You voted for your president, your vice president, your secretary, your treasurer, your members at large. And they represent you. They are the representatives of the community because you guys elected them. And so we also are ready to give them space to hold their office, to hold their functions. So anyway, so that is, we are making sure the resident council has what they need. We have to. It's not a can we, it's not a should we. Us says that we must, we shall.
Denise, I do have a question. You tell me, we have resident councils and Friends of Parkside. Both can exist at the same time. Friends of Parkside and resident councils. Resident councils. Excuse me.
Can she finish? Can she finish? For the sake of the audience, social media.
The reason that Friends of Parkside was the first to advocate for resident council is because Friends of Parkside is so
Make it make sense. Right, very disrespectful. Right. That's right. We right.
facilitate the regulars. This isn't our meeting, we're not trying to take over the meeting. So we'll be off to the side. If you have any questions for me, if you have any questions for us, we'll be off to the side. Feel free to come to us, okay? Like lieutenant payment agreements, because a lot of residents are behind. I'm not going to get too specific, but if there are any issues, you feel like there's a discrepancy or there's some type of mistake, you can speak to the management office. Now, the management office is able to assist you or help you the way that you need to. They've been advised to contact Detroit Housing Commission. We will help them go through them. But we're not trying to make anyone.
We're gonna have to stand up so they can hear.
Yeah, no, we're not. Okay, so.
Some of us had noticed in the mail that you had to pay back rent, and some may or may not owe that back rent. And she needs to get more information. She's making the restaurant in the management office. So she's gonna be, so before you leave, young man in the gray t-shirt, he's gonna help you through that process, okay? We wanna make sure that that gets addressed. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me, guys. Because this room is because this room has an elbow, if you have a side conversation, I'm gonna ask that you step out for a minute and say it. I'm gonna give you to see it. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, guys. We just gotta be respectful.
And a statement. So I understand that the lady was saying that we've got a resident council. Maybe not so popular. I see that I'm like the one that's been here like the least amount of time, and I feel like it's some type of privacy or confidentiality act between residents dealing with resident information. So, like, I don't have, the resident council is great. I don't want to take anything from what their job or positions are. But I feel like when it comes to Friends of Parkside, like, that's our only real application. And for me,
Tell it.
personally, not being out here so long, it seems to me like everybody kind of knows everybody, and I don't know anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like, that's, is paramount to my thriving here, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just, as a people, we have biases with our loved ones and our friends and our close ones, and you know what I'm saying? We take precedence to these people over these people when we have friends at Parkside, we come as equals, you know what I'm saying?
They
We come as
family.
equals to speak to you all. You advocate for us not from a place of bias, but from a place of support,
Whatever.
and you know what I'm saying? I feel that's just what I wanted to do.
That's right. Keep it 100.
As a blanket fact, you shouldn't have my information as a resident that lives here. But you can't advocate for me if you don't have my information.
If you don't need Mr. Council, we don't have to. This is company volunteer, that's been volunteer for the FOP.
I understand
That's
that.
the same thing, that's what I'm saying.
a resident, you should not have my information.
And what I'm saying is, I don't, it's up to you.
So, but that's not helpful, because if you can't help me, then I need to help you. But if I need your help, if I need to be advocated for, I can't be advocated for.
Charges a lot of people because they only came from Prince of Parkside. Prince of Parkside been around for a long time. So I understand that. And I want to give everybody an opportunity to speak. But before Zachary is ready to get the mic, before I get the mic to Zachary, if you got a mom, a black mom, outside, you got some part in the front part of the building, you're gonna have to ask you to move because someone has to be around.
Okay, so the president left to Steve, right? I was talking with Jordan from Steve. She said it's important to give you guys the backstory in terms of how we got here yesterday, right? So Jordan thought it was important to let you guys know that we just didn't get the notice from the House Commission. The House Commission came to our office maybe a couple weeks ago to identify space for the resident council. Right? So the House Commission is interested in classroom 1 and 2 for the resident council. Now, anybody been in our space before, classroom 1 is the room that we normally have meetings. We play bingo. We have classes in there, kids in there. So classroom 1 is kind of one of those really busy rooms for us, right? Classroom 2 is where we keep our food and the kids and the staff. So classroom 2 is not a big issue for us. And so we met with the Housing Commission. They said we want classroom 1 and 2. We said 2 is fine, but 1 we need to right? After we put it in, the Housing Commission told us to send them our list of activities that we use for classroom 1. So we sent them everything that we do in classroom 1 at one time. In addition to sending them what they asked for, we also said we're able to vacate the previous president council's office. Right? So basically we were willing to work with them to take occupancy of the president council's office and classroom 2. Right? We also told them we should have the space available as early as this week. Right? Are you guys following me so far? And so we did not say, no, we're not going to give you new space, no this. We said we use classroom 1, classroom 2 is fine, we can get it out in the previous president council's office. We sent them that email, we didn't hear anything from them from that email. Yesterday and now we got the notice of vacate. So that's how we got here. And so it's not an issue that we didn't want to give resident council space and wasn't good to work with the resident council on space. We were and we did. Right? So everybody knows where we are now. How we got here? Okay, all right. And I think Ms. Owens had a question. So Darren said we're here now, we're going to do about it. I'm not sure. My hope is that we can work with the resident council and with residents to come with something that makes sense for all of us. Now, I think when we did introduction, we talked about our annual health care that's happening
Will please let me know.
Well, these was terminated, it was purely a business decision. It has nothing to do with any of you guys, right? It has nothing to do with any of you guys' leases. This is a commercial lease versus a residential lease. But it gives you guys so many awesome protections. This is not a situation where we're coming in bulldozing one by one, kicking people off. This is not the case here. To answer your question directly, we're standing firm because we have decided as DHC to provide this space for your resident council to provide you guys with wonderful services, parties, things that you guys actually
If you all supposed to be leaving this place, these grounds, to a new ground, why y'all got no space for it? It's supposed to be moving over to the next one, so I don't get it. How many months we got to go? How many months have we got to go before we get transferred out here? Over there. Let's make this place some sense. So why y'all got no space now all these years? For what? For a couple of months? So you don't terminate for something for a couple of months? What about over there? I got it, because I'm terminating now with a ooh, across the street. Put it out there, baby. Put it up like a right there. I got you now. We thank y'all. They don't pay us for it. God, you got folks to pay now. They don't want to move over there where we were moving. But I know something they're going to be here in a couple months, right? Couple months, right? So what's wrong with you, man? I know that's space. Y'all let us make this make some sense. Y'all don't be there all the slaves.
Ms. Jones, you have a question? Well, I think about 125, so, you know, let's just see the other, questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
So basically, are you all saying because, are they saying because you all advocated for us and, stepped in for us time and time again when we needed you all the most? And because of that, there
So you talking about the council?
Yeah, I'm not talking about first, I'm talking about the people at the table.
So to answer your question, more directly,
I'm the vice president.
so you guys are the president council, right? If you guys are the president council, you have to serve the president council, two things. One, meet with the president council and express your concern, your desires, right? Two, if that doesn't work, in the president council bylaws, it does allow you guys to recall the president council. Just like you guys vote the president council in,
You can vote them out.
you can also vote them out within that meeting needs.
All right.
Okay? So, I want to thank you guys for coming out, right? Especially on short notice. Also, understand that we have 30 days. And so, there's going to be a lot more action coming your way, a lot more emails and text messages coming your way. We're not gonna just go quiet. You may know we're not quiet. Thank you. And you want to take on some position, they're here. You want to take a position, please do. No, the buses pretty soon.
Stay tuned, Parkside, family and friends.